Hi guys, my name is Jay Greenwood and I'm from Crafty Pies, and today we're going to be making an epic vegetarian pie. This is going to be a paneer curry pie. This is going to be amazing. Doesn't take many ingredients, it takes a few spices, but we've got over here we've got our onions, we've got our paneer nicely diced, we've got some garlic already chopped, and in our spice mix here we have got hot chili powder, we've got cumin, we've got fenugreek seeds, and we've got garam masala. Just got a few diced potatoes about 2 centimeters big, and then we've got some ginger as well. So I'm going to get started with it straight away. What we've got is our frying pan is on. We're just going to add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. As you can see, the pan's nice and hot. And then we've got our paneer here, and what we're going to do is we're going to add that to the pan and just give this a nice colour. So it's going to take about 5 minutes. Into the pan it goes. The paneer is cooking away now. We're just looking to brown off each side to give it a bit of colour. That's because it's going to add to the flavour of the dish. What we're going to do is now we're going to start on chopping up the onions. So we finally diced our onion and we're just chucking on our paneer, just turning it over to give it some good colour. Now our paneer's been cooking for 5 minutes, and as you can see it's got beautiful colour to it now. Take these out of the pan. And what we have here is called ghee. Now this is more just clarified butter. Then we're going to go straight in with our onions. Now with a nice pinch of seasoning. Now we're just going to cook the onions for about 15 minutes on a medium to high heat, and we're looking to get some of that caramelisation going. The onions have been cooking away for about 15 minutes now. As you can see, we've got like a beautiful golden colour. So now we're going to go in with our garlic. We're looking for about 1.5 cloves in there. And then we're going to get our ginger, and we're going to finely grate about 1/2 thumb-sized piece into it. So our ginger's in there, our garlic's in there. Now we're going to add our spices, and we're just going to toast that off for about 2 more minutes. Add them into this food processor with some tomatoes. And we're just going to blitz this up until it's a nice fine paste. So now we've got a nice fine paste here. We're going to add this back to the pan. And then we're going to add 2/3 of a cup of water to it. Then we're going to add 1/2 tablespoon of caster sugar. And then in with our diced potatoes. Good generous helping of salt. Now we're going to let that cook for about 20 minutes until the potatoes are nice and soft, and then we're going to move on to the next step. So our potatoes have been cooking for about 20 minutes. They're nice and tender, still got a little bit of crunch to it, so we're going to go on to the next process. What we're going to add now is our spinach and our frozen peas. So I'm going to take my spinach. I'm just going to add a big handful, probably about 75 grams. In they go. Then I'm just going to go in with a good amount of my frozen peas. Just delicately fold these in now. Once that's all combined, just leave that to cook for about 5 minutes. So it's been cooking away for 5 minutes now, and what we're going to do is add the finishing elements. We're going to add our double cream and our cashew butter. So we're going to go in with a nice generous tablespoon of cashew butter. In that goes. Double cream, I'm going to add about 70 mils. You know, a little bit naughty, but it's so good. It's about 70 mils. And just stir all those ingredients in and combine them. That's all combined now, and they're in with the final touch, our fried off paneer, and that's going to go in. Just get that nice scatter around. And now we're just going to fold that in, all mixed in, all combined, seasoned. It tastes amazing. So let's set that to the side, leave it to cool, and get on to the next bit of assembling this. So now it's time to finish off our Indian paneer curry pie. So what I've got here is some shortcrust pastry that I've made. If you guys need any hints and tips on how to make shortcrust pastry, we've got a video on our page for that. Now, got this already rolled out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my rolling pin just to roll this back. Bring my pastry, my pie bowl here, and I'm just going to roll it over. And then I'm just going to lift the edges in and just let the pastry do the work. The pastry is just going to fall in there. And I'm just going to press around the edges to line the pie base. So our pie dish is lined. And now we're going to roll out our rough puff pastry for the lid. Now this is a rough puff pastry I made. If you guys want any hints and tips on how to make one yourself, we've got a series on our page which you can go to, and it'll give you all the tips, knowledge, and a step-by-step guide on how to make this yourself. Alternatively, if you want to, you can just buy some ready-made puff pastry, but I'm a pie man. I like to make it all myself, so just roll out the pastry, and then as always you can just use the bowl as a guide to how big you're going to need the lid. So you just place it on top, and then you can just cut around the pie lid, and then there you have your puff pastry lid ready to go. Puff pastry lid's ready. I've got my pie tin lined with my shortcrust pastry. So now I'm just going to take my cooled down pie filling and just plop it in to the pie. I've just got egg beaten here, and I'm just going to brush around the base. I'm going to take my pie lid and just roll it up, and then just roll it back over like so, and then I'm just going to press down using my fingers at the bottom and thumb on top, and just press down to seal the short crust pastry with the rough puff pastry, and just rotate and spin round and just get that all sealed in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crimp away, or I'm just going to go for a simple ribbon technique, where I'm just going to use my thumb, finger, and just roll them across. And I'm not too worried about this looking perfect and pretty. Just going to get this rolled in, and that is all sealed in all together. And I'm just going to give this a nice egg wash, really generous, because this is going to give it that lovely golden colour. Create a little breathing hole for my pie, and then just going to add a little bit of decoration. I'm going to go for some white sesame seeds. And then I'm going to pop this in the oven, 180 degrees, for about 35 to 40 minutes until we've got a lovely golden brown colour on top. So here we have it, guys, after half an hour in the oven. Look at this beauty, lovely. Look at that beautiful colour. That looks amazing. So here we have our Indian paneer curry pie, and that is going to be delicious. Oh, I'm excited. I'm serving this with a little bit of raita, a little bit of mango chutney. As always, guys, the recipe will be on our website. If you go to Crafty Lab, you'll see the full recipe, and then you'll also see some hints and tips on how to do your own pastry as well.